Oh, it's kind of nice to have the comms as well.
Yeah. It's a bit of a longer game than it probably should have been.
Yeah.
I think.
Kind of a hard Neath game, but it's okay. Is this like iced or
No,
is it scrim?
this was scrims.
Oh, okay.
Bojo, Vamp, and them were put a pickup together for us.
Mm.
I don't know that a lot of Hunter mids are getting played right now, but Neath feels pretty solid from what I have played of it. And then it's just like the main idea here is like we play through like the shield camp fights and just have a Neath ult there as well. Milo? Come here. Come here. No. Come here. Hush. Shush. I forget if this... Oops. That wasn't this game. Okay. There was another game where we'd like restarted earlier because we fucked up our what do you call it? Our camp clears in dueling. Hush.
I think taking your 2 here is probably correct.
You think so?
Yeah, you guys get first contact on wave.
Okay.
And then just like 2-1 as soon as you can, because now the archers haven't been hit. You guys lose time. Ra will full clear, but I think that's like your best chance. Like the archers here would have been dead.
Okay.
And you can have even pressure. And if that happens, you get to really abuse your pressure as a hunter.
Gotcha.
I also like red a lot. I feel like it's a lot of kill pressure on hunters.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's like preference, but
yeah, I think it's just a product of starting on that. Yeah. Duo-side speed, since Thor Yorm probably better than Neath Yorm.
Yeah. Kind of weird they went to left mids here.
Yeah, I guess maybe they wanted to probably cooldown camp.
Yeah, it's probably because you're dueling has pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But if they play prop buff, they get to relieve that pressure. So weird.
Milo! Hush!
I mean, I don't want to like nitpick everything, but
no, go for
just
it.
like yeah, just like just here you see this one, and he won before you, so you just like 3-1 before or like after he won, so you can't really take damage because his spell is down, and it's just faster clear than 1-3.
Okay.
You just get to explode a weave.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Cody?
It is the West Coast guy, yeah.
Oh. I haven't seen him around in a bit. Get the focus archers here. This is like a good time to back.
I usually try to back like right after like the first mid camps, because usually you have like your 2/2 spike.
Yeah, this is the best time to back because I think you just get your 2/2 item and then you make your way to back camps pretty much, and then this pathing like backs to green is more efficient than like here green there and then back to wave.
Because I don't know what's stopping my back, but I usually try to leave those duo side back camps up for the duo lane.
It's just because like your Circuit is posturing for like a blue invade.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, where your jungler on the map can kind of decide where you should be. Um, it's still pretty early. I think typically against most other mages, that aren't raw, because he full clears with 2 points in the 1 and 3. Uh, you should be able to meet your wave at tower line and then just go do that. And then since you have a tier 2 item over him, or like just in general, you clear the camps quicker and just have better pacing around the map. That's why I like the tier 2 item spike there is always a good back.
Okay, makes sense.
As long as you're not losing anything, it's just a lot of time it buys you.
Because I think like delaying that back now is like I can't really.
And then now that like you haven't done that, it's just like more space for you to go to your backs. And then as if like if you were walking out of base, you would have cleared this wave already and gone backs already, I think.
Okay.
Or like met the wave at tower, and then you're closer to green. Mids are like pretty hard to do, and especially with all the buff spawning, this Raw's doing the mids. I'm assuming.
No, I think he rotated left. He went to blue.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
but if he was doing the mids, then he's also not on his green and red. And as a mid laner, like this is like a majority of your farm.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to just get it down as quick as you can.
Because I've been of the opinion like mid camps feel kind of ass.
Yeah, they're just so tanky. Like you could have had green backs and been on your way to red. Yeah, and then I'm assuming this guy's gonna group red and speed.
He does. I think he tries to group. I told him to just do the speed. Cool. I'm doing the mid wave.
Okay, yeah, that's actually correct. I think a lot of like rank junglers they group this and then it like fucks the game, because sometimes let's say if you're in a weird spot and the wave is like pushing in or like green is up still, and then they kind of force you by like to be here or else you don't get red XP by grouping it. So it's like just paying attention to everything else on the map is pretty important.
Because I think even at so it's like, hey, I'm gonna group this. It's like, no, just do.
Yeah. Like this is fine. The only bad thing about this is like these backs were up for a long time and then
and then for a bit now.
Yeah, it's just like lost farm, pretty much.
Okay. Because I think those backs have actually been up for almost a full like half
also
rotation.
Yeah, this is a weird wave to back on, just because you see here you already have archers, and there's no mid laner here, and the wave is gonna stack, so you're gonna lose the melees and whatnot. I think here you shouldn't even pick up the red or like try to. You just tag it with your boost stone, and then instantly walk to mid.
Okay.
I think is correct, because I think you lose a decent amount here of creeps, especially if you back.
Yeah. I think raw.
If he shoves it, you might get the archers, but I guess you get melees as well.
I thought they were calling. They were like calling like they wanted to fight, and then
it's like as well.
Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. What the fuck? Why is my internet being so dumb? Okay, sorry, I lagged a little bit there. What was the?
I didn't. So, like,
what the fuck? Why is it being dumb? What the fuck?
You're here.
I think I can hear you.
Yeah, just
there we go.
Know if you're live.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, my.
Just here. I think you should just be more with clearing the wave, because you can walk up more. Just because he has like, you just have to pay attention to his mana. Like he's like no threat really. You can maybe throw a 1 or like a 2, but just like walk up to his tower line, kind of disrespect him a little bit, and just clear the wave so you can get back on the marker. This gives you trans, like this wave, and then you get to reset for like another play on the map.
Okay.
Plus, you know he has the back since he has 1 spell left.
Yeah.
He's like greeting a little bit, and he uses on the 3 because he's like scared of you, because he knows he's Zoom.
That makes sense.
Played Yeah, you could have played and like made it harder for him to clear the wave and get your back off first.
Okay.
It's all like a lot of thing. Like it's just like urgency, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
This is okay because you guys are like trying to set up a play. Fine. Ideally, you back there, but I think that's fine if someone's calling for a play. Actually, should go from here is because Circuit's posturing right for purple timer or a prod timer, and then you could always catch wave at tower.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of mid laners like, in this field, I find they like hover around here unless they're shoving up here.
Okay.
Just because it's so time efficient.
Yeah.
And throughout the game it just adds up. Your solo laner gets it, so it's fine. But ideally you path like this way, and then by the time you're done with this, you'll meet the wave here. You might lose like a creep of gold, but usually it's fine.
Okay.
You get a full back camp to your XP bar.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should always pull and go to wave here. Yeah. Nice.
Or at least tag the archers. Maybe you just need
Yeah.
to like finish the archers and then.
Mm-hmm. It's just because there's a chance to pull back in for the red since he knows it's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that was okay. I think most of the time will outpace you. That's why he's 9 and you're 8. But
I feel like that's raw with a lot of other mids, just because I have fast clears or early clears too.
It's like raw Merlin. Even Agni is pretty good.
What mids have you been? I mean, like I don't know how much your team's actually been like scrimming and stuff like that, but I don't know like as far as like prioing, what mids you've been liking.
I think Ra's pretty strong. Agni is strong. Merlin is good. Mm-hmm. AMC Marty might be good.
Okay.
I can see like Kiba I think is like player dependent and depends on like picks and bans a lot. If you're against like Ganesh or something, he's probably pretty good. But oh,
Hush! Sorry, I keep cut down a little bit towards what was the very last thing you said. Hush! That's enough. I feel like wave into like mid camps here is probably.
Yep. Probably just go to red as well. This is fine. You should go red after this. Or wave.
Hush!
Okay.
There we go. In hindsight, probably could have done those left backs reset because I would have had second active and probably enough for.
Yeah, just because your gets that speed.
Mm-hmm. Do you just like Bastion's just like whenever you can kind of hit him?
It's good. I think that's like a good time. Getting them down when like as soon as you can is pretty good.
Okay.
Because mid tower is like so important.
Okay. Enough. What the hell? Hush, Royce. That's enough.
An okay back because you keep the option of left side jungle for circuit.
Royce, that's enough.
It was kind of a hard kill if he's ult.
He had no ult, I think, as
Yeah.
they had calmed it just prior.
I think your jungle is probably more priority over this.
Okay.
Just because there's so many things up. And then the way I also like to think about it is if they're not on the wave, like they're not gaining any farm that you're losing as well. Like if let's say like all the melees of a wave die, like they're not getting it either if they're not there.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Like all these three have been up for a bit. Mid lane's like pretty much like all about pacing and like just rushing to get 20 in your items.
Yeah, just how much of the jungle farm can you clear between waves? Okay.
And then it's like a balance of not taking it all from your jungler as well. That's why like paying attention to where they're moving is so important. I could talk more about wording as well later.
Mm-hmm.
This word, you like knew prior that he had a sentry on it, right?
Yeah.
It's like fine, but you could also word in the lane or like near their green for like more info. If you want to guarantee like the gold back, I think this word is fine, but this ward in mid when the bastions are down. There was like a weird patch where like bastions like acted as sentries. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I don't know if it still does it. But now that the bastions are down, if it is still in the game, this ward is actually like really OP because there's 3 paths and you can kind of know wherever their mid laner is going. If like they're going high on the ward, you can just guess that he's going to red or green, and then this green ward will pretty much give you the same info as this, besides like the bottom pathing. Because then they get to desentry this as well. If they like saw you, I guess.
To my knowledge, I don't think the Bastions act like wards anymore. But
Yeah.
I know
There's
The
that
Titans
one
do.
patch. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I've noticed like if you like have a bracer down for a fight on whatchamacallit, you have a fight near the Titans and you have a bracer down for it, it'll reveal it.
Mhm. Yeah, I found that out today. Actually, by accident. I just wasn't unsure if they like patched the Bastion thing.
Uh, I had like a weird thought and I don't even know where it went now. So.
Uh,
As far as like traditional like mage starters, like I've seen a good timeline a lot, but I don't know if that's like a preference thing, like a it's better for
it
playmaking
usually
or.
is. I think Pendulum and Gem of Focus are like ideal almost all the time. But if you feel like their win con is you dying, and if you feel like there's an important fight for, let's say, like an EFG or fire, and like let's say you are hitting 20, I think that's like the only situation timeline is good.
Gotcha.
Like I kind of feel like I need to win this fight, and their win con is them diving me. I think the longer you stay on the map with this amount of gold, it opens up more options for them.
Yeah, it felt weird. I needed to like I'd wanted to back around like the 2.2k, but
Mm. These packs do feel good though. You get a full
yeah,
item.
full item. Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm strong as
it's
hell.
just like better players might punish you for it. Like they might just call it and then rip a pyro.
Yeah, I think we were trying to set up to where we had Freya at the pyro with us,
Hmm.
so we had a
Yeah,
bit of a
right
struggle.
towers down.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. You could ult there to
Yeah,
just burn beats.
I thought someone would have been a little bit closer. We ended up burning. I think he
Yeah.
had no beads, but
Oh, okay. You should play for mid tower here probably. With bomb.
I
Something
think we
hard.
ended up doing that. I don't remember.
Yeah, a lot of people just insta bomb mid, and then
Yeah, that's
they have mid pressure for the next
yeah, like
objective.
9 times out of 10. That's usually what we're slamming.
Yeah. Maybe Freya was a little poke. Okay. Should be setting up this beacon. Oh, that guy's out of position.
Like I feel like this game, like there was a pretty solid early game out of us, or like early to mid game on this one. It was like our late-ish, pretty late game. That's where I feel like
Yeah.
we.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've noticed is like being late for camps from you and just like the urgency to clear waves first,
Okay.
or like getting mid priority. Because you kind of just, like a few times you let the rock clear before you when you could have cleared first, and then move somewhere else. And then obviously holding the gold for Crusher is I think actually a big deal sometimes. Not this game, but it can be.
Mhm.
This is good. You shove out the mid wave.
Could I? I guess I was wondering if I could have like Should I have shoved that next wave and then back?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay.
Just cause here, the call here should be like what I would do is be like that play and like there's nothing in it. Like this is like no matter what. Um, the goal isn't make the play like, something like you just get able to. And if they do go, you could stay. Does that make sense? Like in the next wave, and then.
Oh, it's like every time. I don't know what is up with my internet lately. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll just repeat it. So like up here, right? You can just like just rerun it and
Hush!
in a coming wave, and then it just shoves it. I that this non-existent play to be made there still.
Gotcha. Hush! It's enough. Oh, I've been DC'd. Why am I having connection issues during this? Alright.
Let me see if I can remember everything.
We're just like talking about shoving like.
I think it is correct because right now the gold isn't even up, so you actually have like a good bit of time.
Okay.
I think right here, if it was like a comp game, I would probably just be like screaming like, "There's like no reason to walk up. This isn't even up, and like, there's no play to be made because you're outnumbered."
Okay.
And right here they get blink get vaulted or just get vaulted. Like you can see it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's like.
Yeah, it was get blink ult.
So it's all good, but a lot of poke on your guys. Yeah, this wave would already be in the tower. You guys don't have like a lot of vision here, so this is kind of like
A little
weird.
suspect.
Yeah, or even behind. It's good all.
Come on. Come on, Rice.
It's actually a good alt. Just yeah, if you sent it.
Should I sent it earlier or waiting
Yeah,
until
just like right away.
Okay.
Even if Circuit's not in range, like he's already so poked that you'll just he's like essentially dead. He has to back. He won't be there for the pyro. Like if you just ulted him and then call like pull pyro. Oh, I guess I'm not even up. My bad. The Thor's in base. This is a hard FG, I think. You get your free starter here. Yeah, you just need a back. You can always get this out of base.
Okay. Just like back up once I have it, just back
Yeah,
up.
yeah, instantly. Yeah, you just want to be like on time for everything, and be as strong as you can. You guys gotta have crazy vision on FG.
That's surprisingly that's how most of. Thankfully, that's like how most of our like fire. Like anytime we're looking to pull it, we always just have. I feel like we overward, but it's a lot.
I'd say the only bad word is maybe the sentry on bottom. Because with that much vision, like aggro, like wards, you can kind of tell they're not behind you. And if they're not in that vision, then there's like a good chance they're behind or to the side.
Gotcha.
Good. You guys can actually pull this now with that info. You should just instantly pull this.
Somehow our Charquette lived 3 in right.
Yeah.
Aggressing did want me to ask if you recognized his name at all. By the way, he said he knew you
I
from
remember him.
Gotcha.
All the way back, dude. It's been years.
And now he's stuck SOC. Look at him.
Did he quit? I think he quit for a bit though, no?
I have no idea. Last season he stopped playing for a little while, but he's been around for a bit still.
Yeah, so far the objectives have been pretty clean. I think mage positioning would be a little different than if you were a hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to hear about that.
No, go for,
yeah. I just assume that there's probably another FG fight.
Yeah, there's like 2 more. There's like 2 more.
This is fine because like you have info on 3 here, info on 1 in the front, and like very very aggressive vision. But a lot of the times when you're a mage and not like a hunter, you're way less DPS on FG. So positioning like here with your tanks to kind of throw spells or like trade HP is more valuable than you hitting FG.
Okay.
Especially if you're like a god like Merlin who can deny like a big area and you could feed info to your team. That's typically where you would be positioned instead of like back here, let's say. Because then if your tanks get like fully committed on, you can't really return damage or deny area for you just like stop them from having as many options since there's like 3 corridors. That would be like your main role in that case.
Makes sense.
It switches up there. Like once it's like half or like even like 40%, like, and you recognize you have enough damage in like 1 rotation of your spell, you can always turn around and burst it. This is good though, just because you're hunter. Where were we?
Just after the gold,
Free
you're
gold.
pushing up right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like when you have Titans pushing up like this? Is it better to just get back on map and push than to like actually stop and do buffs and stuff like that?
Yeah, usually. I think it's fine if you have time, because some games you will. Another thing you can do, I mean, it's like kind of fucked up, but like if so, the Chaos Titan is bugged, right?
Yeah, Chaos.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's Mickey Mouse Chaos
um,
Titan. It always
yeah.
it
So
always wins.
this fucking beast of a Titan's gonna win. Something else you could do is like call to set up for like mid tower or right tower, and then you just know this one's gonna push. And then if one of them is here, you have so much time before you actually have to deal with the Titan that you can make for like a bird play if you see someone on this.
Gotcha.
Just like another way to look at Titan sieging, pretty much.
I imagine
Because
Titans probably will go away in like
yeah,
2 weeks and 2 3 weeks anyways.
yeah. Whenever the new season thing is, I don't know. Do you remember if you like fail a siege here?
Not here.
Well, one of them, yeah.
There's
Uh,
a mid bird siege that goes pretty bad, and then there's a right bird siege that goes bad.
okay, yeah,
And
because
then
I usually can like analyze that pretty well,
yeah,
or like explain it pretty well. Well, in my opinion, at least.
yeah. So the thing with like this fire, it was like a lot of just like playing it slow, cleaning up all the
Mhm.
tier twos in the map, and then I think we set up for next fire.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe Neath is OP.
She feels really good.
Oh, Nuwa could be good. I remember when
Yeah,
you asked me like who's good. Nuwa could be good.
I am a big Nuwa fan. I'm just trying to convince my team to let me play her.
No, I think she's good. Teaches you how to like play with info as well with the ult. Oh.
I didn't turn my camera enough on the flip,
Yeah.
but I think I'm
It's
dead
alright.
regardless there.
Maybe. There's like a small chance you get out like literally 1 HP.
I wonder if maybe just like not, because I wonder if like if I held my actives there, if it's just better. But I don't.
Yeah, I think I think you panic against. I think the beats is fine.
Ah, that's enough. Ah! My sentry here is dying, so they didn't send it here. I'll replace it. You charger. They're on gold. Who am I looking at?
You should rip this with them being on gold.
I got Thor. Nice. Yeah, blink all. I'm dead. Okay, can we rip fire? Because they just used so much there. Let's roll. They're backing. We'll touch secure. My one. We fight them. We fight them. Okay. He's trying to still run. It's literally just camera. Okay. I'm setting up secure. I have secure. Yeah. I stunned him. Nice. Camel, back up. Or no?
Damn, I feel like this other team is like never in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, I'm getting my front one.
left split here.
We're in mid. Like we can get this mid burn. Actually, like okay. We're in mid. We just play for pyro and choke them out. We don't actually like preferably we want to get this mid bird.
I think it's correct to just go right here, and then have Circuit go left, and you have like an ult to help him. And then something else when you're sieging, a lot of it is not actually getting the bird, it's just trying to pull for resources, like ults and stuff. Especially with like this much time on UFG.
I can shove left. I can shove left. Left way to shove. I have a snipe for you. Come on, the camera can
Yeah. This like mid bird is like tempting, but I think it's correct to go right and force the 1v1 in left. Because like you don't have to get right bird. The opportunity like may open itself up to you, but it's just like in and out of bird, especially like Terra heal and just like trying to force a resource. Let's say like Thor walls or like Thor ult, Geb ult, Ishtar ult. Yeah.
Can we look at the camera? I don't have any cooldowns. Just careful for the I'm looking. That's fine. That's his ult. That's his ult. That's his ult.
Like now you guys are. I guess you lost your ult, but he doesn't have ult now.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
He needs help. Yeah, I shelled. I ulted. Thor no hammer. I can't help. I'm rooting. That's everything. That's Thor. What the fuck? They had a good. They just had a good engage. Me and Dylan both got fucking beamed by a raw ult. Yeah. Gee, this isn't like a bad. I mean, we can get wards. Yeah, we should give it to James. He's like getting split push angles. Yeah. Okay. Got him. Okay. Raw. I got him rooting. Nice. Back on. That guy lost a quarter of his health to like a single butt press. Bombs down for you, James.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I talked to Tuba. He has his own crazy dogs.
I'm literally just gonna walk in and bomb. No relic. Yeah, no relics on me either.
Mid is usually the hardest bird to siege. I guess they don't have a tank and it's half already.
Okay, they're giving. Ishtar ults. I stunned Ishtar. That's raw. Camo blink. Camo jump. Ishtar ults. I stunned Ishtar. That's raw. Camo blink.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Thor dead. Back up. Spread out a little bit, Dylan. I can't tell. I got you. That's fine. He's out. Good goal.
That's good.
32-31 is what we want to keep.
I want to see like the failed sieges in like FG fights.
Who's the next target on the squad? Okay.
Yep. Makes sense.
Thor, got it. There's a TP right here. Thor beads.
I think this is hard, since you're ulting from so far away.
I'm charging.
Because if you guys commit off the Neath ult, you're still not there for the fight. Yeah.
I'm still looking in the back. Thor hammered. I got him. I walled up their carries. I can tank it still. I'm like kind of poked, but they use these Charles. They're gonna give. I have bones. We're good. Fight. Holy.
Don't think you guys need to reset the Terra's low.
Holy. Yeah, I'm resetting.
You guys could have used Joy like here. I think you guys could have went for more. I mean, resetting is fine, but like you guys have 40 seconds to work with, and then your Jorm's role is like main tank instead of the Terra, and then she can just play peel or heal because they're like main engage is kind of gone, and if you guys like try to keep Geb in combat, you're kind of in like no threat. I feel like. Because now the siege is like a 5v5 again. You just lost your like 40-second window.
Yeah, you did. You can have it if you want. Can't. I am not in the room. That is correct. To pick me in this sentry up here. I want to be in this jungle, so that way I can just have an Ethel ready to go. Yeah, I'm gonna brace her to decide. They weren't playing mid. You're here. We could just went in. I have an ult.
Yeah. Because usually you want to be around your hunter, and the way I see it is like you can switch up your role depending on how you think the fight is gonna go. Like you could be behind the Freya, or she can be behind you, and pretty much your whole like goal is to just peel for each other, and you're like too far away to do that.
Yep, we're chilling. Gab's hovering. I'm sitting on a sentry, so I'm fine.
Yep. Like mid is low, but I think because it's like a debate I've had a lot with like previous teammates. I think it's correct to just like shove this wave and then play the farthest away than mid, because this is like so easy for him to get help. A lot of mages sit in this corridor and just play both lanes as well. Yeah.
Yep. Let me know when. Yeah. You want to bake Gebel? I can also just keep the Geb in.
Yeah, and oh, first combat is like kind of good for them, like to make it forces your tanks to be reactionary, but your objective here is to just survive this and then play for like resource trade. Like this is good. Oh, she gets one shot.
Oh my.
Wow, that's fucked up. Wait,
There's the blink ult.
wow, it was literally one shot.
I fucking had a pre-ult and I didn't.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't have hammer.
Yeah. You probably assume the Thor's up if like they engage like that as well. Uh, turn.
Yeah, out. Man,
That was a lot of damage.
my two.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then there's still fire waves coming down mid, and then you force someone from right side to match that. Like as it's spawning, or you just lose left bird.
Out. It's fine. It's not your fault. We're waiting for them to make their play in mid. Yeah, but the fucking bird. We did. Look for somebody there, Gibbs. Catch them at their speed buff, maybe. I have an ult charged. He has no ult, right? The Ra. Do we want Ra? Geb's there. We're ignoring him. Hopefully. Fuck, my headset just died, I think. Yeah. No, you're here. I hear you. Sorry. I hear you.
Oh, that's a really awkward pause.
Yeah.
Well,
This fire again. I might have
Yeah.
agreed. Okay, I'm good. You're fine.
Are you
Nice.
good?
I mean, I still have EFG. Oh, James, you good? Yeah. He's fine. We'll wait for picks on that. Picking up wards is really all over our jungle right now.
Yeah. I mean, you guys maybe. Yeah, no, that was done.
500 game. I guess we're picking up wards. Kill this guy. Rooted. I'm rooting again. That's his dash. That's fine. Over. Our vision is over.
You're down soon.
Three. We should all back. Okay. I still have. They warded. No reason to reset. Like. Sentry. Press the one button. Calm down. I have an ult whenever.
Is that FG? Yeah.
Here you can probably catch both. Yeah. I got Ra. Ra. Ra ages. Ra base. We're gonna look for the fight here. Be careful. Was that Ra relics? Yeah, relics. I got the. Thor's poked a bit. Thor's poked a bit. Be careful. I'm not quite with you guys. It's Gamma jump. Get blink out roll. I'm gonna pull. I'm pulling. Watch for Thor ult. Yeah.
Yeah, this is hard just because they have so many ways in. Like the drum's not like zoning, and then you have double ADC. I think one of your jobs here as a like Freya or Neath is to probably play up more, because you do have root and also like Freya Whoop to just call for like a drop into a fight.
I have security set up just in case.
Like you're too far away from anyone to do damage here as well.
Camo blink. Camo blink in the back. Hop down.
Up, down, up, down.
I'm coming to you.
I
This is
saw
jump.
your land.
You're fine. Aegis. Come to me. Oh, you went away from me.
Oh.
Yeah, that was where the backflip took me. Thor landed. No hammer.
Yeah.
You went away from your land. Camo blink in the back. Hop down.
I think here you fuck up a lot, positioning wise. You're just not playing with your range. Like you walk so close to him. Yeah, and then you could also use your one to like force a move from him from range. Like here, you could root for jump force or something, and then you're just in melee range.
Aegis. Thor landed. No hammer. Thor's sitting right there on that ping.
Yeah. Well, I also didn't expect him to have the exploding sigil that did a lot of damage to you. Yeah. Like a random phone. Yeah. You don't press tab a lot as well. I don't know if that's like a habit you don't typically have, but yeah. See, like there you do, but like before fights maybe, well, just to collect info and see sentries and such.
Dude, you was here, I was here, and the camera just blinked.
I think that was just positioning mistake there, or like you just walked into melee range kind of.
Yeah, you need to be in the back with us. Actually good for me. I need to go. Well, it's not your fault. Punch it in his face. I don't really care.
Yeah, I noticed this as well. Uh, using this backline is like when you're laning, you have to pay attention to this a lot. But this is how you like track jungle effectively. Like he's either speed backs or green here, and like you never really call it. Like it happened another time this game, I think. But just that's like something that could help you out in the future. Just yeah, mid tower line pretty much. You collect so much info using that. Um, what else was it? There was something else in the early game. Mm. Yeah, I mean, most of it early game is just urgency to clear and get priority in mid, and then be somewhere first. Yeah, but that's a little bit of that is up to your team to like plan stuff or like around the map. But I think to make it easier for you, like always having the wave shoved first, cleared first, or like having your jungle down first is like something that will help you a lot because it gives you so much time to like actually make moves around the map without you like losing farm. Because a lot of people aren't urgent enough with like how fast they clear, but if you add up all the seconds throughout the game, like it opens up so many opportunities. Yeah. And then late game, just on sieges, just like here is kind of troll, or it was whenever you're like, like when the third, yeah, just like playing with your ADC and like thinking about who should play forward because not all of you are gonna be hitting the bird. Probably in this case, it is you because she can whoop or like burst a jungler as well. As Freya, and you're probably easier to auto, so she doesn't have to lose her too. But just like little things like that, something to think about. Mhm. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Also, I think you guys maybe. I mean, it's hard to say, but I'll just like say it's just because she gets literally one shot, which is fucked up. But like, um, for sieges, I think try not to panic as much. Like realize how much time you have on FG and um, really focus on resource trading. I think it's hard because this game you're Neath, but if you're a mage in lane, uh, your goal again. I mean, maybe if do you want me to like I could pull it up on Spectator and show you actually. Like, let me open up my smite. But yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, because Neath is like a little different than mages, but I could just do a quick run over of sieging in your role as a mage because I think Hunter x Hunter like you have to just work with other carry and figure out like a game plan of how to survive a dive or like safely hit a bird. And then I feel like mages are a bit more proactive, or can be. Yeah. I mean, I could just watch any like scrim or any tournament really.
Too much meat, can't put it in one package.
I was just gonna stream like
Okay, so we're not banning Thor.
what's up?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stream like just like my rank game from this morning, I think. I just needed a map to kind of maybe help you visualize it. Let's see this. Yeah, you guys were chaos side. Do you see my mouse? Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically your role as a mage is to kind of like the way I look at Smite is like it's not a turn-based game, but it kind of is, right? With like your normal cooldowns and like your main objective is to kind of limit their options while giving yourself like more. And any mage like typically the hunter's like here and then you're like here, but one of your roles is like either trade HP so the percentage you win the siege is higher or like deny area. If their carries can't really hit you because let's say you have like a Merlin 2, like Ice 2, or like a Merlin 1, Void 1, that's like good because they have to walk around this way and your carry, if they're like here, they're kind of free to hit it for a few times. But then other than that, like their frontliner is like zoned away, and then you can use like another spell to like poke their tank, and then that's like your role. Like you don't always have to like wait for your tank to do something before you like make impact on a siege. And then it's just like it's like a slow game of like whittling away at their resources before actually hitting the bird is probably like the safest, most consistent way to play for a bird. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, mhm. Yeah. A lot of people think about it like just ults, but I think keeping track of like normal cooldowns is very important as well, and wave timings, like when is the wave going to be here? When should I like want to force something? And people undervalue like just like poking them as well a lot. Um, I think the more like regular spells you use, just for like HP trade, even if you like take a hit of like something, I don't know what it could be. As long as you're not losing relics, it's like totally worth because you have the FG healing and whatnot. Um, it is sometimes really up to the tank to be like in and then out, but when they're in, their job isn't necessarily to soak damage but soak cooldowns, and for them to be in range, since you're a mage, usually you're outranging them, you should be trading back. That's like your main goal there. And you kind of want to be mindful of all that, like all those three options, like denying area for their carries or even their tanks, because if you know like their soul laner or jungler might be playing a flank from like mid or like here, then maybe you have to like change your role to peel for your ADC for when they hit it, and like just all the possibilities I think would help a lot of people just to like think about it. Yeah. Yeah, I could look at that. Also, just one last thing because I think it might help. When you're when you have a lot of free time and there's like no jungle up, if you can and you have enough information on the map, let's say you see the jungler on like a gank or something, this ward is really OP. Yeah, like slightly above green or even here, but this is like so hard, like so dangerous to get to. But like here is so ideal. Other than that, I like this ward a good bit. But yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yep, for sure. Oh, I just had a thought, but it's gone. I hate when that happens.
Go on this wave. Go on this wave.
No. Oh, Persephone is actually really good at doing this just from range. This is incorrect though. You should be in right side. I think. Yeah. Ooh, this is also bad. Using your Ult and Jormol at once. And then you Persephone ult. You have to stagger the buttons to like try to force stuff. Because using it all together, it's like, oh, if they just live this, I mean, that guy kind of got cut off, and that would have been done with just Yamojo ult, I think, maybe yours, but the drum didn't need ult. So just keep in mind like staggering ults and buttons.
I can't get 2 gems.
Yeah. Also, just like a side note, just because I said that, for relics, typically you don't want to make a play even if one is down in like a close like game, just because the likelihood of you like being in a situation where one of your relics is down, but if you had both, like you're so safe for like you could actually make an outplay is like so high. So once one is down, uh, unless it's like kind of necessary. That's kind of up to you to judge, but typically you don't want to do anything because that's just something I learned from last year. Like a lot of the fights we would lose, it's like I'm forced into a bad spot where I have to stagger my relics, and it's like, oh well, it's just fucking over. Like
I have literally everything.
just be like,
Play behind me. I have no relics, no ult.
not necessarily like if like having one is always better than the other, but it's just like try to be like really reserved or like limit the amount of plays you want to make. Because if you just keep losing one and then take another fight and you lose another one, you'll just never be in a spot to have both. And ideally, you just want to have both more than having one. Like let's say you have a fight and you get like Ares ulted and you lose beads, and then you buy Aegis, and then during the time frame where your beads is down and you force another fight and you lose your Aegis, and then your beads is up but your Aegis is down, and then that cycle keeps repeating. And it's like, why don't we just take like one concise like fight and kind of guarantee the chance of us winning it? Yeah, just something I really struggled with last year, which is like nice to think about. Yeah. Persephone is actually so good at sieging. Just her 2 flowers.
Go on the next wave. Go on the next wave.
My bubble's back up. There's waves in. I'm just looking.
I'll ult on this wave. I'll ult on this wave.
Merlin.
Merlin.
Yeah,
Hachi dash. Nice.
that's good. I like.
Merlin.
Yeah, that's like perfect. I think
Merlin.
your whole team has ults. I really like the fact that you ult to get it started. Because even if you don't hit the Merlin and you just like hit this wall, they're like forced to step back and it's a free bird. And you only use one ult. Because now you have 4 ults to like disengage or whatever. But yeah, this is an extremely good ult. Nice. Yep. Of course. Hope I was able to help. Mhm. Well, I guess that's that. Appreciate it. Yep. Sounds good. Good luck.
Oh, how else would you spell boom?
Bomb.
Bomb.
Boom.